Okay, so I got into my trip to Costa Rica for the ayahuasca ceremony in part 1. Getting there, being in San Jose, getting to Nosara. And then now I'm going to start up again part 2. So in the start of the video, I'm going to talk about the Kambo ceremony. And then it's going to go into making my way from Nosara, like kind of down by the ocean up to the resort on the mountain. And then just showing you guys the place in the mountain a little bit. And we're going to end it there. And then in the next video, we're going to go more into the ayahuasca ceremonies. So yeah, I'm just leaving all the clips as they are. So if you're curious about it, you can watch them. But if you just want to get to the other goodies, then the second half of the video is mostly just, exploring the area, so if you're interested, you can watch that. I'm in Nosara. I go to sleep. The next morning, 9 a.m., I have an appointment for my first Kambo ceremony. And Kambo is it's a ceremony where they take this serum, like the goo from the edge of the frog's skin, and they put it on a little tiny burn. It's not a deep burn, it's a very, very surface level burn, just to open the skin, and then they put that goo there, and that is actually a poisonous compound, but it has a lot of different compounds in it. And basically, they go into the bloodstream and they spread throughout the body, and it is like a poison. It's a protective layering on the frog. So it causes your body to go into like an extreme cleansing mode, trying to not only get the poison out, but spread it throughout the body to I guess dilute it or filter it out. And then also there's other peptides or something, there's all these other things that are just naturally occurring in that material that the body's like, oh, I can use that for this, I could use that for this, and so it heals a lot of different things. I was doing it specifically to help me with the ayahuasca ceremony so that I didn't get as sick, because what I'd heard from someone is that, if you get some of the more physical detoxification out of the way before the ayahuasca, then you'll have an easier time on the medicine. So that was my reason for doing this. Getting into it, I was very nervous getting there. I was very skeptical. So Andy Marina is the lady who was the practitioner in Nosara. Her website is nosarakambo.com. So if you look up Nosara Kambo, you'll see her. She gave me an amazing experience. She was really there for it all. I got to talk to her a little bit about what I'd been experiencing in my relationship, and talking to her about the ayahuasca ceremony coming up, which she had participated in before, so she was aware of it. And she offered me hape beforehand and sananga after. And I didn't know what any of these things were. I'd never done any of this, but I just was like, you know what? Yes, whatever experience you're offering, I will try it. So we did she offered to take pictures of me during it, and I was like, why would I want that? And looking back, I just wasn't comfortable enough. I think that was the main thing. I just was so unsure. I think at one point she was she was like, different spirits are going to be coming in to like help you heal. And I was like, spirits? I was like, what spirits? What are you talking about? She's like, the spirit of the frog, the spirit of Costa Rica, the spirit of Mother Earth. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, right. And it's weird because like I've never been so skeptical, you know, in my life before that I remember. Like, I didn't think that I was, but I'm in my PJs now. But I wanted to expand on this because I think the reason, like, you don't really know your fears or your boundaries until you test them. So I think that is why it was all coming up, me being so skeptical, you know? It's like I was really testing my boundaries. And that's what was coming out, was this, you know, more fearful skepticism. And that makes perfect sense. I don't know. So basically, I'll put in, I got some pictures of my arm right afterwards. And I just want to say that right after, the redness, actually all three of them were connected with this little line, which I thought was so cool, so interesting, like what, like how and why that happened. But I just was so enthralled with these marks. Like they were almost like a, I don't know, like a, not a trophy, but like a plaque or like an honor, or you know, like they were an honor to have. And the reason they're black, brownish black, is because she put like an ointment on it after, because it was just like a little open pink wound. So she put that on it just to help it scab over and close. And it was like I wore that with like so much dignity. And I just like, right after it was over, I was just so proud of myself and so like thrilled that I like did it. And it felt like amazing in the sense that it was powerful, you know? So like these marks, like I took photos of them because I just like really, like they meant a lot to me. And what I heard researching Kambo beforehand is that that's like a common theme with people who do it. Like the marks are something that they really like take pride in. And even after that time passed, I would still like touch them and like tap them and even like slap them to like activate that portal. And in the moment, like it actually really does something. Especially when it was still like a scab. Now they're much more healed, so you know, it's like they kind of fade, but it's still absolutely there. And another cool thing about this medicine is that I now have a register in my head when I know that I'm experiencing it, because sometimes I'll be having an experience in my daily life, and not like a normal experience, like a heated experience, like one time when I had like a fever or different things where I activate, and I'll feel it and I'll be like, oh my god, that's the feeling of the Kambo. You know, like it's like that. It's really like these medicines, when you take them, there's like a morphic field, and that morphic field like is an imprint, like it stays with you. And like it can be accessed at different times when you need it. So it's a really interesting thing about that too. But the actual experience, we started with the rape. It's like a tobacco powder that she blew up one nostril at a time, and then I did, like, she walked me through box breathing, basically to get into the meditative state. And we talked about before, like, you know, where I wanted the points. They're called, like, portals. So I chose, like, here on my arm, and the burn was very light. She did it, and I remember saying, like, oh, that's it? Like, I thought it'd be so much worse. And she was like, yeah, that's it. She put the medicine on, and it stung at first, but that's it. And then she had me breathe, and she was walking me through it. And basically, it's like I could feel it, like a tingling spreading through my body, but nothing too crazy. And she ended up doing 3 points on my arm. And I remember there was a certain point where I was doing this with my hands to help, like, get that blood to flow. And at a certain point, it's like it was hard to do. Like, it was so hard to do because, like, the tingling was getting so strong. You know how that happens when you breathe a lot? And I remember I, like, felt, as I was breathing, I felt it come up here. And, like, almost like I could feel the energy there. And then there was this moment where, like, it felt stuck, and I was really breathing it through my body, and it's like I felt like a pow, like a shock wave, and it was like an electric shock went down my spine, right into the base of my spine, like in my sacral bone. And that's when I started to, like, move my legs. I started to feel it in my legs. And, like, you have to be careful not to, like, knock the medicine off, but that's when I really was like, whoo, when I started to feel vibrating in my gut, and basically I was like, I gotta poop. So I, like, crawled to the bathroom, because she said, like, you can walk, but it's just safer to crawl. So I crawled to the bathroom, I pooped, and then eventually I threw up. And that's basically, like, the outcome is generally, like, to throw up, not because, like, you're throwing anything up, like, there was no food in my stomach, but just because, like, once you've thrown up, it means, like, the medicine is, like, it's in you, it's gotten to your organs and all that. And so after I threw up everything, and I just want to clarify, when I say throw up everything, before the ceremony, you basically, the night before, you just, I don't remember, do you eat dinner, or you just don't eat breakfast? But, you know, you gotta, like, drink some electrolytes, and when you go in, they'll have you drink, like, a lot of water, basically, like, an uncomfortable amount of water, like a liter or something, I don't know, like, just, you gotta drink a lot of water. And I guess that's because, I don't know everything about all this, but I think it's because then it gives you something to throw up, you know, so you're not just, like, dry heaving. So basically, like, once you throw up all the water, you're kind of, like, done, I guess. Some people don't like to take it to that point. She told me that some people, it's so uncomfortable just having it on the points that they'll be like, take it off, I'm done, like, it's too uncomfortable. But she actually told me that I was doing a really good job of moving the medicine through my body. So it was a really cool experience. Like, it's a very vulnerable moment, and she was, like, there for it. And after that, I was just, like, on the bucket, like, oh my god. I was just, like, thinking, like, it's just begun. Thinking, like, wow, I'm gonna have to, like, keep this up. And, I was just feeling pretty rough at that point. And, she came and she took them off. She's like, you did a good job. You're gonna feel better real soon. And I did start to feel much better very quickly. And, you know, we talked about it a little bit. And then straight after that, she did the sananga. Intense. She was like, I have a lighter one and I have, like, a stronger one. Which do you want to do? And I was like, just give me the strong one. I was like, F it. Let me just go all in, all or nothing. It was intense. And I have sananga actually here now that I use, like, every other day, maybe. and it's still really intense. But that first experience, wow, I couldn't have anticipated. Like, she told me, like, it's intense, it stings, you know, it's gonna hurt, you're gonna want to scream. Part of the whole Sananga thing, part of it is that discomfort actually pulls out so much, like, stored, like, trauma response that hasn't come out yet. So, like, when you're experiencing that pain, like, I at one point was really, like, scream crying, and it doesn't last too long, like maybe 1 minute to 2 minutes tops. But, you know, it's like it was accessing an emotion that was stored inside of me. Do you know what I mean? Like, now when I do the Sananga, like, I'll only, like, have a reaction similar to that if I'm, like, going through a really stressful time, and I actually use it when I am, like, feeling more stressed. You know, like, if I'm really stressed and I'm like, oh god, what do I do? I'll do some Sananga, and, like, I'll just, like, let my body, like, shake, and I'll, like, breathe, and if I need to, I'll, like, you know, but sometimes I could put it in, and I could just, like, shake a little bit, and, like, it's intense, but it doesn't pull out that reaction anymore. It's apparently really good for your eyes, too, and, it could help people with, like, stigmatisms get their eyesight better. And there are some people out there, if you look them up on, like, YouTube or something, that where they talk about that. They say that they use Sananga to, like, stop using glasses or contacts. Everything's about your belief, right? So if you believe it's possible, it's possible. If you believe it's not possible, it's never gonna happen for you. So that's what I'll say for that. So yeah, and then after that, I was, like, a new person. Like, I really was. That ceremony was, like, one of the most, that was just such a, spiritually, it was such a opening ceremony for what was, like, to come, like, all of it. You know, that really was, like, that, it was, like, a shamanic activation for me. And even, like, just the whole thing was so emotional because I was so scared. So, like, she had me pull, like, a card, and I was even, like, weird about pulling the card, and, like, I've read tarot card before. This was a, like, shamanic healing oracle deck, and I was, like, really weird about picking the card up, like, oh god, is this, like, evil mojo jojo? And it was the rattle, and it just kind of, like, said, like, the healing that you're doing is, like, you know, it's going to help people, and, like, just, like, I don't know, like, all this, it said all this stuff. I literally cried, you know. It was just, it was a very, like, special experience, and she was totally there for it. And then it's funny because I remember right afterwards, the person who, like, broke up with me, I'm bringing this up now because it ties into the story later. Like, it's a weird thing that ties in, because part of this whole, like, journey that I've been on was, like, basically healing, like, ancestral programming for me that was religious, because I do have certain ancestral lines that were, like, Catholic. So what I'm getting at is that, like, the reason I know that the reason I had attracted this person to me was to help reflect to me this like, unhealed stuff in myself. So it's like, even after I had that experience, I still wasn't, like, you know what I'm saying? I was still, like, integrating, like, just at the very start of, like, integrating all of this. And it actually, it wouldn't even be, like, until almost, like, a month or two later that I get to where I am now. So it was a process. So that's why, and it's really interesting what happened. So that's why I'm bringing it up. He, like, called me to, like, kind of talk about things. And I remember I was, like, trying to tell him, like, you know, just because we have, like, the differences in our religion, like, that doesn't mean we can't be together, you know, like, I accept you where you are, who you are, you accept me. And he was just sort of like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. He was like, sorry, like, no, I can't date anybody this year, period, at all. Shouldn't even be talking, really. That's that, you know? So that sort of, it was like, okay, so he was like, so indefinitely, like, goodbye. And I was like, okay, fine. So this is when I got home. So just right afterwards. So I'm outside, and there's some thunder going on, and I'm just gonna see if I could catch some of it. It sounds very loud. And I'm really excited. It's like my first respectable lightning storm here, so I'm like, bring it on! Hell yeah! I love that. Ooh, I can't wait! Yes! Keeping you posted. I'll be here with more on the weather next. I'm guessing that my friends at the beach are heading home. Oh, there was another lightning. Let's see. The one before was honestly louder. Like, there was one that you missed. It was like, rumble. Talk about rumble. Alright, there was another piece of lightning. Let's see. Here we go. I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. I'm just so excited about the rain here. So this is where I'll leave you. Oof. So this is my first time bringing the phone to the beach. It's my second time at the beach. It's my first time getting a coconut. And, you know, it's just nice. It's just nice to be here. I'll show you a little bit of what it's looking like. It's low tide. Yesterday was high tide, and all of the water was like right up here, but very shallow. So I was just like laying in like the warm water with like tiny little waves. Apparently surfing is better here at low tide. So there's a little bit of the ocean in front of us. We're in this little like corral, like this like little U-shaped beach area. So they say if there's a rip current and you're caught in it, you would want to go swim to either edge. If it's pulling you out, swim to either side to get back in, hopefully. It was $2 for the coconut, and there's a lot of coconut. Maybe the coconut was an illusion because I drank it all. It seemed like a lot, but it was just so yummy. That was like gone. But I feel electrified, so electrolyte. I feel electrolyte. Yesterday I didn't wear my hat and I got a little bit red, so I put because I haven't been putting sunscreen on at all this trip. I've just been you know, I'm not spending too much time in the sun, so I'm going El Natural. But yesterday I didn't wear my hat when I was in the water, and I realized that that was misguided. So today I'm wearing my hat, and I put like a chapstick on my cheeks. Like I have this like after sun for your lips. That's a chapstick. So I just put it on my cheeks and on my forehead last night before I went to bed. And I feel that it helped a lot. But I'll just have to be careful. The people that I'm with are surfing right now. Let me see if I can show you them. that's them, father and son. Little surf expedition. Very cute. I was gonna rent a surfboard, but to be honest, I just didn't want to. It was like, I think it's $15 a day to rent the surfboard for like maybe 3 hours or something. And I just want to chill out and like wade in the water. I don't really want to do anything too crazy. I think my mom's coming out here in a week, so my plan is to just surf with her when she gets here, like if we want to surf. But we're both kind of just like floaters. We just like to like wade in the water. Speaking of, last night I was working on this little like, it's like I don't know if it would be called an EP or an album, but basically it's called it's called The Prairie, I think is what I'm gonna call it, which is so like typical, but it's what it's about. And then the first song is called Will You Wade, and then the second song, I forget the names of the other two, but it was sort of like one long song that I found just like in like a workshopped, garage band thing. And when I opened the garage band playlist, I was like, oh, this is so long, and it has 3 distinct sections, so I was like, this could actually make one album. So it's very like folk. It's very folky. So I did end up putting these recordings on Spotify, and they're not perfect, but I recorded them in the bathroom for the acoustics where I was staying down in Nosara at the bottom of the mountain. So it's called The Prairie, all lowercase, and then the first song is it's Will You Wade, the second song is If You Love Me, and the third song is Until Then. And it's the picture on the album is at the Red Wall at the resort in Costa Rica, and it's on Spotify and Apple Music, so if you want to, you could check it out. And it's about love, which is very fitting for my pursuits here anyways. It's about love and sort of like valuing love and meeting love where it is, and it, like, being willing to like walk in love, being willing to like walk through like the valley of love, or like in this song's case, like the prairie, Hey. So yeah, I'm excited for that to come out. I don't know if it's gonna like, that's what happened yesterday with my hair. Like, the lady, like, she wanted to braid my hair, and I was like, well, I've always wanted to like have my hair braided, so I like was asking her the price, and then she kind of just like okayed me when I was asking, like, is your price like 5,000 colones, is it 10,000 colones, like 15, like, and she just like, okay, and then she was braiding my hair, and then her sister came, and they were both braiding my hair, and then they're like, it's $150. I was like, oh my god. I'm trying to explain to them, like, I actually genuinely can't, like, I cannot give you that much, because like I just literally don't have enough to like get myself home, and like buy food. I'm just like, so they bartered with me basically, but it's been an experience. Here they come. Got it. Say hello to my little friend. Hi. This is the third one I've seen here. The first one was blue. Hi, Bubs. That's so cool. I can't quite place the smell, but it does smell like something. You want to go outside? I don't know. Maybe you don't. Right? I don't know. I mean, they're not vicious, but let's finish eating. Let's just eat our. Let's eat our dinner. You know, you could look from the door.
Just enjoy it from a distance.
Yeah.
You're taking a video?
Yeah. You want to take a video from the door? Oh, look, it's coming around this way, maybe.
We'll get outside and follow it. What?
So this marks the start of the ayahuasca portion of the journey. These are the dogs of the woman running the retreat who picked me up from where I was staying in Nosara. And so we had to go get the dogs. And they're like wolves. So that's them, and then we start making our way up the mountain.
You're so cute.
I was like, okay, that's not feel right. So then I went to the Latin American school. It felt so pure. And so then that's where we ended up with her. And I said, I'm going to build it myself. And they did, wait, what am I at? And they didn't want me to. So they said, no, we'll do it. So I called her this guardrail because it was so deadly. And I had to drive on it before the paved roads during rainy season. Okay, now. There's Rebecca's guardrail. Now
Oh, because you
imagine
could just
this-
drive straight off of the cliff.
Yeah, but in rainy season with mud on the road, like no
Oh.
pavement. And
Yeah.
it was like,
Yeah.
it was insane. It's still kind of, it's dangerous up here.
It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah. They kind of needed to extend it right here, but like,
Yeah.
I'm picking my battle. Okay, guys, but let me think where we're at. This is where I'm gonna let 'em go. Around the corner. I don't even know. Okay, Casper, I don't know if I'm too far. My husband.
So basically, she just stopped the car so that her dog could get some exercise running up the mountain.
What's he doing? You guys see him?
He's coming.
He comes home and then I give him a big bowl of ice water.
Go, go, go! Well, there's a truck back there too.
Yeah, but that's so normal for dogs to get out. It's not even a thing.
Yeah, he just let the bus pass him.
No, we're right here. I think we're dropping off too late. Oh man. Yeah, that's not a long walk at all. You made out. Okay. Yeah.
This is my room. My little bed. My friend's gonna be here. And then shower. Para de shower. Yes, I'm in the percussion room. Da 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 da. Pooper. Pooper.
Come on, baby, I'm getting it. Get back to the class.
That's where we drove in. Here's the entrance. And my bedroom. So, my first reaction for being here is that it's cool to see, like, what's possible. You know, it's like this is possible, you know? This is something that's possible, that could happen. Like, this is like, it's a little bit amazing. So, just a little bit. It's really cool. Like, just being here and the fact that they built this place and like, this is their life. They're not here all the time, but like, their life is like cool, I guess. Here comes the dog. Oh, he's like, what? He's like, what? Yeah, it's just like, what? I don't know. I don't know, but if you ask me, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, obviously, like, as I explore more, I'll take a video and I'll share it. I'm just being silly. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I already feel like the vibes. I already feel the vibes happening. And mi cuerpo. And I think we're gonna explore more, so. Do you want to be in my vlog?
I don't speak well.
Well, you don't have to say anything. You could just wave if you want to.
Okay.
Oh, is it already recording? Let's see.
Do I become YouTube famous then?
Maybe. Alright, so we're in Costa Rica. And we're about to embark on a journey. But for now, I'm just showing you guys the place. I'm about to record some advertisements. So yeah, that's it.
Let me know if you want to do it again, because we can do it multiple times if you would like to.
Yeah.
It's I kind of, when I waved, I kind of gave you horns almost.
Oh. Here, we could do bunny ears. So, yeah, I was thinking of getting one right down there, like with the water.
Ooh.
But I also kind of like this red wall. Like, I don't know what you think, but I was thinking I might get one, like, in front of this. Because it's, like, just such a pretty dirt.
It is.
With the flowers growing on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is like a tripod, so I'm probably gonna... I'm going onto the terrace.
Ven conmigo.
On the terrace of life. Marching, in case you were wondering. Ah! She said it'd be hot, and she was right. Check out this terrace. Let me show you the view. Hey! Hello!
Hello.
I'm good. I'm great. Woo! The neighbors. Anyways, I'm gonna lay on this because we can. That's why they made it. Oh, it's so noisy. I'm gonna get in gradually.
So is it just stairs now? Or is there living? Is there a floor up there?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of rooms upstairs.
Oh, cool. Upstairs.
Mm-hmm. It's for stargazing.
She told me about that. I hope the clouds go away enough to see the stars because the meteor shower's going on right now.
Ah, I'm sure they will.
This time of year.
How the seasons have changed. Look, it's unreal. With you I have grown. Without you I know lies my home.
Who is that? Is that tree monkeys? Tree monkeys, yeah.
And then it was like already like 4 in the morning, and I'm like, okay, we're up. Because my flight's at like 5.
We're gonna bounce Savannah.
Alright, so this marks the end of part 2. Part 3, we're going to be getting more into doing the bufo and the ayahuasca medicines. So I hope to see you there, and I hope you enjoyed this little dig into my experience in Costa Rica.